So in this video, we're going to get started with setting up our platform, our computer, so it can be suitable for us to actually get started with programming. So we shall begin by installing a browser. Go ahead and download Google Chrome. You can just simply go to chrome.google.com, or you can go ahead and search. I believe you already have a browser in your computer because you can't access these videos without a browser. So you have to have a Google Chrome in your computer. It is good for debugging. However, me, I use Brave, so you can as well use Brave browser. So for me, that's what I'll be using, and I would recommend you to use Brave browser for some reason. It's a good browser, right? It's a good browser for me. So, but if you're okay with Google Chrome or Firefox, it's okay. You can keep that. So I believe you already know these browsers. So you just simply go to Google and search Brave browser. Go ahead and download and then install it. I believe you already know how to download and install. You just simply click on button get Brave, something like that, and then it will go ahead and start downloading. Right? So when it downloads, go ahead and open and install it. So that's the first step. You can use Chrome, you can use Firefox, you can use any browser of your choice, as long as it can debug. So others can use Firefox, and for these reasons, and you can find the Firefox link download from here. Others can use Safari for those who are on iOS. However, it is not necessary like you must use Safari, but you can use any of these browsers as long as they can install on your computer. Then you have to choose the programming editor, the code editor that you shall be using. So in this course, we shall be using Visual Studio Code. For these reasons, free and powerful, and it's always updated and has a lot of extensions, and it's well integrated with AI. And you can download this Visual Studio Code on code.visualstudio.com, or you just simply come and search for Visual Studio. Go ahead and search for Visual Studio from your computer. From your Google Chrome, from your Google search, and then you'll be able to see Visual Studio, and you can proceed. Right? You can proceed. No, not this Visual Studio. Visual Studio. Like this thing. VS Code. Visual Studio. Oh, sorry, I have to add the word code. It's Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. So go ahead and download and install Visual Studio Code. All right, so once you have that in your computer, you just simply go ahead and download and then install it. Click on this button to download and then you install it. So once you have that in your computer, then mean that you're good to go. So the next thing, we have to download GitHub. All right, so you have to download GitHub Copilot, GitHub Copilot extension. So I'll show you how you can download GitHub Copilot extension. This is very important. Now we are getting started. All right, so I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. So this is Visual Studio Code where you have finished installing it or putting it in your computer. The next thing, you have to come here to what we call Marketplace. The Marketplace button will be here, and then go ahead and search for GitHub Copilot, or you can just simply search for Copilot. So GitHub Copilot is here. You click on it, and then if you've not installed it, you'll see the button to do what, to install. It will be here. Go ahead and do what, and install. So this is going to be like our main brain of programming. Okay, so once you've installed Copilot, you'll need to log into it. So just simply come here to user, and then you click on GitHub, and then go ahead and log in. So if you don't have a GitHub account, so you have to log in in Copilot using GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, you can create a GitHub account by just simply coming to your browser and search GitHub. All right, GitHub. All right, come to your browser and search GitHub. Then go ahead and click on the GitHub And when you click on GitHub, go ahead and click on sign up. So on this sign up, you can log in with your Google, or you can go ahead and fill in this form and register. Registering on with GitHub is simple and straightforward. If you find some challenges, go ahead and search how to register on GitHub. You'll find very clear video. I believe you're not going to find some challenges, but if you find some challenges, you can go ahead and search how to register on GitHub. You can go ahead, you will be able to do what, to receive a lot of videos that can show you a step by step of how you can register and activate your account on GitHub. That's the second step. So after doing that, after installing GitHub, the next thing, you'll have to create a Copilot account. I've already shown you by just simply coming here to this user icon and then click on login with GitHub. Go ahead and do what, and log in with GitHub. All right, so, and after doing so, I've already installed GitHub. We have already installed GitHub. We have already installed Copilot. Now the next thing is to set up our workspace. This is how we're going to set up our workplace. So we're going to create a folder, a single folder, and then open it in Copilot. So how do we do that? I'm going to come to my, let me first close this guy. So how do we create that? So I'm going to come to my desktop. Here's my desktop. If you're using Windows, the same step, just go to your desktop. So after doing so, I'll go ahead and after coming to my desktop, I'll go ahead and create my project there, right? So if you're on desktop, just simply right click and say create new project, new folder. Like me, I can just simply say new folder here, and then I rename that folder as what? As my web learning. Let me call it my web learning. Also the naming is important. Or my web projects. So I go ahead and create that folder. It is here. So what I need is just to open it in I put it on desktop. So what I need is to open it in Visual Studio Code. So it is here. So to open it in Visual Studio Code, I can just simply go ahead and open my Visual Studio and then drag and drop that folder there, right? I can open my Visual Studio and then drag and drop the folder there. So this is the folder. I drag and drop it in Visual Studio Code. It's the same thing that you can do with what? With Windows. A little bit, is it draggable anyway? It's not. All right, so you can just simply also say open folder. You'll see here open folder. The button will be there and clear. So I'll go ahead and say desktop, and then I select the folder that I've just added, which is this one, my web programming learning. Let me rename it my web programming learning. So I open it here. I say open. So that's how we open a folder. So our folder is still very empty, and you can see it here, but still very empty. It has no anything in it. Okay, so that's how you open your folder. So we shall go ahead and put different course folders there. So we shall have one, we shall call it course projects. So in this we shall put different course projects, and then you shall have another folder for learning. So for example, in here you can go ahead and put, for example, course project and generate click here. So to add a folder, you just simply click on this icon of adding new folder, or you just right click and then say new folder, the same thing. So put there the name course projects, all right? And then under course project we can put HTML section, right? So in this HTML section we shall be able to do what? To practice or learn and practice HTML section. So I'll open this folder, expand it, and then I can click on this plus over folder to add a new folder. All right, so I can again click on this, on the course project, and add another folder. I add this folder of what? Of CSS, of what? Of CSS section. So we are trying to structure our workplace so we can have a well-structured workplace that we're going to work with. So it means that we have now three folders which are under one parent. Course projects, which are here, one for HTML and one for CSS. and then you have Bootstrap, right? Bootstrap. So I can click here and then go ahead and rename and create your folder. So for me, I always do what? I always rename my things with numbers, so I can be able to follow up where I started from and where I am. So I just make sure that I'm in this folder and add this folder, right? So, or later, if someone uses my project to learn and practice, they can be able to know how I was progressing with step by step. So how do I do that? For example, I'm going to begin with HTML, so I can rename this HTML with 1 and then space and then HTML, and then after HTML we shall go to CSS. So I rename this to and then CSS section like this. Okay, so the video has been too long, has become too long. We can stop from there. In the next section, we're going to see how we can set up our AI, and get started with what? With actual programming. See you in the next lecture.